Hey everyone, it's me again, and welcome to Faith's Faces. If you're new to my channel, first of all, welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name is Faith Grenade, and I make makeup videos here on YouTube. See that subscribe button down there? Just hit it. Hit it out of the ballpark. So what you've stumbled upon here today is Faith's Faces, where I do a makeup tutorial, and boy do I have a special one for you guys today. A couple weeks ago, I put out a makeup tutorial inspired by Majora's Mask from the Legend of Zelda series, and I decided to go ahead and keep that moving because that got a lot of really good reception. People loved that look. Thank you so much for liking it. And I decided to go ahead and keep that inspiration going. Initially, this wasn't the intent, but that's just how it turned out with how the look ended up turning out. So today's inspiration is Link, the main character from Legend of Zelda. Now, Link's tunic is green, and the Triforce symbol that ends up on his hand is gold, so I decided to take those green and gold shades and turn it into this avant-garde look, complete with an ombre colored brow. Green lip throws it all together. And this is also a very special video because my friend Jess back in Baltimore, hey Jess, how you feeling? How you living, fam? She sent me her collection with a brand called Giella Cosmetics. So Giella Cosmetics, you work for them part-time and you create makeup. And you make your own makeup line. It's crazy. And she worked so hard to make a makeup line inspired by Prince. And of course, she knew that I made makeup videos on YouTube, so she sent me samples of every shadow in her collection. How sweet is that? So you will see a couple of shadows in these little pots. Those are from her collection. Just as a disclaimer, she did send them to me. I did not pay for them because she was so super sweet to send them to me. However, if you are interested in buying any of those shadows, I will say the names throughout the tutorial. So if you find one that you think is just absolutely sickening, then go ahead and go email that email address in the description box. That's 911makeup@gmail.com. Ask for Jess and tell her what you want and she will hook you up. And don't forget to tell her I sent you. This look features pretty much exclusively the shade Coffee Colored Starfish, which is this greeny gold shade I've got going on the lid. It's beautiful. I bathed myself in it basically, and you guys are also going to learn how to get the most out of loose eyeshadows because they can be a toughie to work with. So if you want to learn more about loose eyeshadows and how to get this lovely avant-garde green and gold Link look, then just keep on watching, baby. Hey everyone, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started and see if I can't teach you guys brows before I have to go drive my husband back to work. It's been one of those kind of days. Cool. So, colored eyebrows. A lot of people were saying that they wanted to learn how to do that, so I'm about to teach you. My lash is doing the most right now. NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. This is your key tool when it comes to creating colored eyebrows because you take that and you just run it through the brow hair, back and forth. Your goal here is to basically coat the entire brow in white, because that way when you go to put color on, the color isn't going to be competing with your natural eyebrow color. Don't worry if it's super sloppy right now. It's totally fine. We'll correct it later. Just make sure to get underneath the eyebrow here. It's better to do this with a jumbo eye pencil that is sharp, but ain't nobody got time to sharpen my pencil right now. You're looking weird, but you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Now I'm gonna go ahead real quick and take a makeup wipe and just clean up along the edges of the eyebrow, like so. See that? And basically this is your opportunity to get your brow into the shape you want. Make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. Try and get rid of as much extraneous white as you can. Make sure the underline of your brow is nice and straight and crisp. Comes to a sharp point at the tail. And you can have them blocked off like I do, or you can have them a little bit more natural, but these aren't going to be natural looking eyebrows because they're colored. So you're going to take your spoolie and just blend through the brow. What this is going to do is this is going to get rid of any excess white you've got going on. It's going to blend that jumbo eye pencil out a little bit, because if you've got clumps of jumbo eye pencil in there, then your brow is going to look clumpy when you put color on. And then again, I'm going to go back in with a makeup wipe and re-clean anything that may have gotten out of place. So once you've got your perfectly blocked in white eyebrow, and the white product is not where you don't want it, you're going to go ahead and take your colors. So today I'm going to be using mostly colors from the Mi Vida Loca Remix palette. And first I'm going to take the grassy green right up here. You'll see this a lot in this tutorial. It's one of these central thematic colors, and I'm going to start in the center of the brow, and from there it's just coating anything that's white in color. And you see how much more vibrant that is than it would have been if your brows are their normal color. Now the key to this particular step is to coat everything. You don't want any white showing, because that's what's going to sell the look. I mean, obviously, as I said before, this is not a natural brow. It's never going to be a natural brow, but that's okay, because then you don't have to worry about it looking natural, because it ain't going to be natural. Just make sure that's as opaque as you can get it. Pull out your big guns for this one. If you don't have the Mi Vida Loca Remix palette, the Take Me to Brazil palette will work just fine for this. Sorry if you guys hear people's voices. There are people outside of my house talking. I'm like, guys, neighbors, I'm filming. Do you mind? I try to go with the green over most of the brow, and then I'm going to take a darker green. It's the one just below the first one, and I'm going to do the tail with that color. We're just taking this deeper green color. It's almost blue, which is why I don't want to include it too heavily, because I don't want this to turn into a blue brow. I want it to be a green brow. But we're just taking that, we're fading it into the center color just by using light hair-like strokes and carrying that deeper green out toward the tip of the tail here. And clean up any excess white or anything like that. This is why I insist on doing brows first, because that way if you run into issues with the brow, you don't have to wipe off your eye makeup in the pursuit of the perfect eyebrow. So for the front of the brow, clean up your brush as much as you can. I wipe mine on a little makeup wipe here, but get all that dark color out of it, because if you go in with the yellow in the front of the eyebrow with this dark green color trapped in the brush, is gonna look like baby barf. So we don't want that. And we're gonna take this yellow color right here, that one, and we're gonna fluff that into the front of the brow using very, very, very light strokes, like hair light strokes. So fluffy, fluffy, fluffy strokes. Think fluffy thoughts. Pièce de résistance for the eyebrow. And that is mascara. So in lieu of using clear eyebrow gel, I was like, why don't I let my brow gel work for me and use colored mascaras? So I'm gonna take this yellow colored mascara that I got from Daiso out in country. You do not have to do this step if you can't find canary yellow mascara. I understand, it's totally cool. Not everyone lives in Japan and can get this kind of stuff. I'm just very, very lucky. There you go, you see that? You see how much more that yellow pops through now that the hairs are coated in a colored mascara? Big work towards selling this look. So now I'm gonna take this forest green shade, and you guessed it, I'm gonna carry it through the other part of the brow. fading into the yellow. And there you go. That's the first step of this look done. Brows are on. So that's the eyebrows. There you go. Nice and ombre faded. You can go back in and clean up as you need, but let's go ahead and move on to the eye makeup. Now on to the eyes. As you can see, this is roughly the eye look we're going for. Very tropical, very bright and colorful, and it's using the Giella Cosmetics Prince Inspired collection. Shadows are amazing, and I was really inspired by the one called Coffee Flavored Starfish. It's a beautiful green with a gold shimmer. I have it on the lid, and I'm going to show you how to work with these loose eyeshadows and make them work to your advantage. But first, I'm going to take a Buttercup Yellow eyeshadow, same one we used in the brow, and I'm going to use this as my transition shade. On my other eye, I put a neutral transition shade down because I had no idea what I was doing at the time. Don't even bother doing that. You won't see it. It won't really do anything to help with blending or anything like that, so we're just gonna go straight for the color. And then we're going to take, where is my brush? There it is. We're gonna take an e.l.f. crease brush, little teeny tiny brush, and that same forest green color that we used in the brows, or not the forest green, the, you know what I mean, the grassy green color. And we're just gonna put that in the crease proper, blending into the yellow. Don't worry about getting any on the lid. Totally okay. In fact, I'm gonna bring it down on the outer lid a small bit. And then we're gonna take our other brush, Sonia Kashuk 109 by the way, that still has some of that yellow color on it, and we're gonna work to blend that green and that yellow together. So now that you've got that crease good and blended exactly the way you want it, you're gonna go back in with your little crease brush and that same grassy green color, and you're gonna kind of carry it inside your nose bridge area right here. And we're gonna carry that up and back into our crease, blending it with the yellow. My friend's here, she's Snapchatting me. Like, what the fuck? I'm on 2 social medias at the same time. So there you go. There's your crease. You guys will recognize this a little bit from my green and orange look. I'll leave it up there. But I felt like doing green and yellow today. So now, the lid. For the lid, we're using Coffee Colored Starfish from Giella Cosmetics. And I'm gonna foil this. Now how you do that, you know, you're like, Faith, what are you talking about? What's foiling? Foiling is when you use a mixing medium to crank up the volume on a loose shadow, because loose shadows can be tough to work with. They can be not as pigmented appearing right off the bat as a pressed shadow can unless you foil them. So I'm going to take the e.l.f. Makeup Lock and Seal. Comes in a little dropper like this. This is the cheapest one I found. Inglot also makes one called Duraline that is perfectly good. Or you can use eye drops from your local drugstore. I'm gonna take this and put a drop, boink, into the cap. Then I'm gonna take my e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush, dip into a good amount of, tap it off and just start patting it around in there, mixing it up, getting the brush damp almost. And then I'm gonna reach into more shadow as needed. And then watch this, watch. I'm gonna put this on the lid. You see that? Damn. And what this does, by foiling this shadow, you're making the shimmer in the shadow, the gold shimmer, stick a little bit more. So all of that shimmery goodness that would normally just be like deuces bitch sticks on your eye and gives such a beautiful effect. If you have a shimmery eyeshadow that isn't quite doing what you need it to do, try foiling it. And I'm going to carry this up into our green that we placed earlier. See, this eye is going to look so much better than this one because I did things in the right order. On the other eye, I did the lid first. And that's the one thing with foiling shadow, because it's damp, it can be a little bit tough to blend if you don't have a transition. And then we're gonna take the brush that we had the green on, no additional product on it, we're just using what is already left over there. And we're gonna start blending that shadow. Y'all can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just blending. So we're just running along the edge of that shimmer and making sure that transition blends seamlessly to the lid. So now I'm gonna take the other side of my brush and I'm gonna dip into this deep, deep green color. Very carefully start to build that up in the outer corner. That's why I love this brush, because it's perfectly sized to the outside edge of my eye. So I just kind of crook it in between my outer lid and the crease and just start stamping. Now since my eyes are deep set, I'm not going to carry this into the crease proper too much. I might carry it a little bit on the outside, but this is mostly just for the outer V. So I'm not going to carry it too far into the crease. And that's really key when working with deep set eyes, is you do not want to carry things too far inward here, especially deep, deep dark colors. You want to keep that area really light if you can, because that is going to open your eye. Whereas if you take this deep dark green color and you move it all the way into the inside part of the crease, it's going to close the eye off. Just work to blend that color. That really is a key to this look. It sucks, you're going to want to dye because there's so much blending, but blending is 99.9% of the battle when it comes to eye makeup. It's just a necessary evil. Then I'm going to go back in with my 109, little bit of that yellowy color on it. And I'm going to work to blend that further out. Oh, you need pants.
They're right behind you.
I stole my husband's pants.
Pants.
Now you can punch up the lid if you need to. I'm pretty happy with it, although I might punch it up anyway just because this shade is so pretty. By the way, if you guys want to buy any of these shadows, you can email Jess at 911makeup@gmail.com and place your order. She ships worldwide, so get you some, because these shadows are so pretty. So one last thing before we finish with the upper lid, we're gonna work the inner corner a little bit because I just had to use another one of these shadows in this collection. This particular Prince collection shadow is called 1999. There we go. It's a nice shimmery kind of champagne gold color. It's hard for me to hold it up because it's loose shadow. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of my mixing medium again. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Not too much, not too much. Come on, there we go. I'm taking a little accent brush, dipping it in this shadow, and then I'm gonna dip it in that liquid in the cap, swirl it around a little bit. Look at this, it's like we're mad scientists, but with makeup. And then I'm gonna take this and stamp it on the inner corner. Look at that impact. Holy shit! And I love this particular shadow, 1999, because it doesn't really look like too much in the jar. It's kind of like, oh, you know, ho-hum, it's a champagne gold shadow. But it's got this reflectivity to it that picks up whatever colors are around it. So it's picking up the golden tones in the yellow, it's picking up the green, it's picking up the gold in the other shade, and it's just the perfect inner corner highlight shade. I am in love. At this point, I'm going to do liner and lashes. Now, liner on the top lid, non-existent. I just want this to keep to the color focus, so I didn't put any eyeliner on the top lid. I am gonna do mascara and lashes. For mascara, I'm using CoverGirl Supersizer as always, and for lashes I'm using Ardell 120s. So I'm gonna do that and do the rest of my face makeup, and then we're gonna come back for the lower lash line. I am back and I am rapidly losing light, so I need to get through this. We did the face, just the basics. I mean, I put some contour and some bronzer and some highlight on, and my usual foundation, which is Atomic Cosmetics Spackle Foundation in Hunty. Yes, God. Okay, moving on. We're basically gonna replicate what we did up here, except we gonna do it down here. Easy enough, right? We already got the inner corner taken care of. Done. Do not have to worry about it. So I am gonna go ahead and take our grassy green that we used earlier from the Mi Vida Loca Remix palette, but you guys can use whatever you have. And I'm gonna put this in the center of my lower lash line and scrub it back and forth. I'm gonna take a little tiny bit of the canary yellow, and I'm gonna blend that on the inside to just kind of mush the inner corner in with the rest of the lower lash line. And then I'm gonna take that deep dark green, as I drop everything, I'm gonna take the deep dark green in our palette here, and we're gonna connect the upper lid to the lower lid. So then we go and take our little crease brush here, no additional product left on it, and we're just gonna run that all over the show just to blend everybody together. And then one last little touch, I'm gonna go back into Coffee Colored Starfish with that same detailer brush. These names though, killing me right now. And we're not gonna foil it or anything, we're just gonna stick it down here somewhere, kinda on top of the yellow and the green. Lower lashes, we're gonna do a little bit of an ombre thing. I know, I'm stuck on the ombre today, but we're gonna reflect the brows in the lower eyelashes. Now, I have no lower lashes. I'm just taking my yellow mascara and running it on the front part of the lower lashes. I know this is so intricate, you guys don't have to do this step. I just think it looks cool. Now warning, if you have these exact same mascaras that I do, unlikely, but you might, they make your eyelashes really sticky. So you might accidentally glue your eyeball shut. Okay, then I'm gonna take my Forest Green mascara, and hey, guess what? We're gonna do the same thing to the outer lashes. Whoa, trippy, bruh. And then finally, the lower waterline. Where's that liner I used earlier? I'm going to use the Urban Decay 24/7 pencil in Vacancy, which is like a teal color. Doesn't go with anything else in this look, but it meshes together in a weird way that just sort of works. And there you go, guys. That is pretty much the finished eye look. I'm really happy with how this turned out. And now for lips. I have no idea what I want to do for lips. Let me just fall over here. Let's take a look in the liquid lipstick bag. What do we got in the liquid lipstick bag? Now you could do just about any color for this. You could do like a green, obviously. You could do a nude. You could do, if you just wanted to keep the focus on the eyes or whatever, you could totally do that. It's all up to you. I'm gonna drop everything first, and then I'm gonna pick it up. Then I'm gonna take the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade Mistletoe, which is the green, of course. Like I said, you don't have to do this lip option. You could totally do a nude. But I'm just gonna put that on my mouth. Totally leave this just plain green, or you could pat a little shimmery shadow on the center just to bring everything together.
No, my friend, I'm being a nipple.
You're being a nipple? God damn it. Damn it. Put Coffee Colored Starfish on it. Add that to the list of things I never thought I would say. Put Coffee Colored Starfish on it. Alright guys, this is it. This is the finished look. I'm stopping here because if I go any further, I will probably run out of time and light and everything else. So, without further ado, let's do some awkward posing. Awkward posing. Looking down, looking forward, looking fierce. I hope you enjoyed this green and yellow Link from Legend of Zelda makeup tutorial. partly including segments from my friend Jess's Prince-inspired collection with Giella Cosmetics. If you can't get enough of these shadows and you simply have to have them right, meow, there is an email address, 911makeup@gmail.com. Email there, ask for Jess, tell her what you want, she will hook you up, and be sure to tell her that Faith Grenade sent you. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, entertaining, or informative, there's a button for that. Spank that like button in the butt, you know it deserves it. And if you want to see more from me, subscribe and become a member of the Faithful today. I put out new videos every Sunday. Thank you guys so much once again for joining me today. Thank you to Giella Cosmetics and to Jess for sending me these beautiful eyeshadows, and I will see you all in the next video. Toodles!